Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Geezy's League of Extraordinary Minds.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is where great minds meet, and it's great to have you once again join us on this new episode.
Sure.
And I hope that you have enjoyed the last two episodes that we've put out. Well, if you've not seen it, then you need to head on to our YouTube page and go check it out. It's at Jesus League of Extraordinary Minds.
Yes, girl.
That's where you can get it. And definitely you would enjoy all that we've put out, for you to see. Well, this episode is going to be great.
Fabulous.
I can feel it already.
Energy.
Because the energy is high in the room.
Tell them.
And as much as the energy is high, the guys are ready. The
Yes,
cast
sir.
is ready. Everyone is good to go.
Let's go.
Well. Yes, so let me kick off with the introductions. Yeah, definitely. I have to introduce them to you because, of course, we do this every episode. So to my far, left, we've got the man himself. The man, the great man, the man with the dreads.
Thank you. Bring it on.
Ladies
Bring
and
it on.
gentlemen,
Yes, sir.
to my far left, we have Olu Jimmy, Geezy himself.
Yes,
ladies
sir.
and gentlemen.
Thank you. What's up, world? You're welcome one more time to another episode. Thank you for the shout out, Prince.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm feeling fly.
To my immediate left, we call her Mama for the boys.
Yes, sir.
Mama for the boys.
Oh, mommy, wa.
Well, she doesn't like to do it regular. She says, you know what, don't do it the regular way. Call me by my name. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you TJ Sue.
That's me.
Don't call her TJ, she will not answer you.
She will not answer you. TJ Sue.
All right. So do not forget, once again, like I said, these are the guys, and big shout out to Phenom.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, big shout out to Phenom. He's not here.
Yeah,
he's not with
one
us on
love,
this
bro.
episode. But then definitely we hope that it will join us on subsequent ones.
Has it Jackman?
The question will be answered.
Will be answered.
By our guy, the top
My
when
God.
he returns. But anyways, that being said, my name is Prince Chika Obiajulo.
Prince Charming himself.
I need no, much introduction. Anyways, let's get into it. But before we get into what we have to discuss today, do not forget that we're live on YouTube. Like I said, go like, follow, or subscribe. Share, drop a comment, observations, everything. It's all welcomed. Just make sure that you're doing that on the YouTube page. Right. Yeah. That being said, let's get into today's conversation.
Yes, my brother.
And for today, we're going to be talking about something interesting.
Very, very.
And it's about Nigeria.
Nigeria. I like the way you said Nigeria.
I mean, we are all born, bred, buttered in Nigeria. Or is there any one of us here who came from...
Well, maybe I jackpot that.
Definitely a lot of people.
Like-
But Prince, you look like you went up.
Well, I'm not from this place.
You
exactly.
were just born in this place.
I just happened to find myself.
Right.
But anyways, we're going to be talking about Nigeria
Yeah.
and something pretty interesting about it. But then, first off, let me ask you, Geezy,
Right.
how has the country been for you?
Hey, it is well, oh. You see, if I want to talk, let me take away from my faith anyway. Okay, for me, Nigeria has been, without the faith part of it, it's been a tough time. It's been a tough time for a lot of people trying to get things done. Policies, happenings, killings, greediness, corruption. So on the mere surface, all right, thank God for his grace and mercy, which I want to go to so that we don't sound so religious on this. But when you understand what's happening, things are really hard, I know, looking back, the things you could do with money way back, now you can't buy the same commodity. We're in a period where food stuff is high, school fees are high. So by God's grace, we've been weathering this storm. But if not for that, the country is not really in a great place at all. And it needs to be spoken of. I'm sure that's why we're here today.
Definitely. That's why we're here. And we hope that we can put or lend our voices out to some of the issues that are going on. TJ, so how has it been for you?
Well, like he was saying, not to over spiritualize or make it too look too religious. I believe that this is a season where we were looking forward to at some particular points where you were thinking, when I start earning, when I start earning 500,000, what?
don't get
I'll be a
that.
baller. I'll be a this one. Then you now hit the 500,000 in 2024. Your house rent.
And it's nothing.
Your house rent. Has taking it.
Right.
The food has taken everything. So it almost seems as if now you're now looking at more. If they can increase my salary to like 1 million. So yeah, that's what it has been. It has just changed everything. Like all your expectations, things you used to dream about and all that. Now you're looking at the brighter picture, I must say. And so sometimes I pity those that are still on the same salary from 2 years ago, from 3 years ago. Sometimes I feel their pain. A lot of times when I meet people and they tell me they've been on that same, I'm like, God, how are you doing this? How are you doing it? So yeah, that's how it has been.
Right.
Anyways, I just hope that it would get better. That's what I always get to say when I talk to people about Nigeria. I say, it's going to get better, but when it's going to get better or when it starts getting better is what I don't know. But definitely, it's going to really get better.
Right.
But then let's talk about how we've witnessed different dispensations.
Right.
In the country, we've witnessed, different eras. We've seen, that of President Goodluck, that of, President Buhari. We are now in that of Amy Loka.
Baba Blue.
But then, which would you say, has been like a very good time to live in? Which of these, eras do you feel like has been a good time to live in?
Okay, so some days back I was at an event. Shout out to Pastor Pojo Imade, the platform. Okay, so where they brought like minds in politics sector. I think Charles Oludo was there, Fashola was there. Some other great minds. Dogara, the former Speaker of the House of Representatives. So they did some analysis, and that also exposed and opened my eyes. So let's start it from post-military. So we had OBJ. So from what I deduced from that meeting, all right, in terms of economic prosperity and all, when OBJ came in, there was a lot of, the world was open, like, okay, from the military era, Nigeria was like, okay, let's give these people a chance. And, we had a lot, we were growing in leaps and bounds. Though we wanted to do third time, Baba, it's not good, but at that time, the 8 years he used, Nigeria was booming, our foreign reserves were great, we're stacking up money, our debts were coming down, also it was good. Then the second person was Yaradua.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he couldn't, because of health issues. But also it shows that the disparity between them was not so much, maybe 88 to maybe 78 or something. So, because he had only 2 years, so then health, then good luck came. I think the demise with that started from good luck, because I think there was a government of, we were wasteful, and when they're accountable, and there was a lot of, nobody was checking anybody. So it was still okay because money was flowing, but it was wasteful. Then we started dipping into the foreign reserves, everything that the previous administrations had, put together. Then the last one, before Emilokon, the last one, Boo Boo, finished the economy. We were aggregating, like stacking up debts, trillions. We're not productive, so the economy was so tight. It was the worst indices actually from them. So I even learned that was when subsidy was removed. It was during that time. They had already passed it. That this present administration just inherited the subsidy. So over time, there wasn't a very good one in terms of what we should be as a nation and what we have. But I could say that post-military, let's even talk about Awolowo's time or those ones. And when our parents are telling us, you'll be like, are you serious? Bread, 1 naira. That's 1,000 naira. So for me, I think I would say OBJ and Yar'Adua. I felt Yar'Adua, if he had continued OBJ stuff, we won't be here. Because I think Mr. Goodluck stumbled into it. It was grace too, boys. He wasn't prepared for that time, and he spent 6 years. So, and when there's no leadership, in a nation like Nigeria, then these are the things that will occur. So the last 10 years has been very bad economically. So I hope this administration gets it right.
Okay, to Yesu, same question that I put forward to Jimmy.
Well,
I mean, you must have witnessed right from OBJ to Yaradua to, Good Luck, and then Boo Boo, and then now Emiloko.
Yeah, so I think he already spoke about the economy part of it. So I'm going to speak more about the general living, almost like things like security, things like
Standard
how
of
you
living.
are free to, things like how you are free to speak, things like how you are free to relate, and things like that. I remember when I was much younger, this must have been, during maybe, I was like maybe 4, 5 then, and you could like go out, you could give your child money and say, yeah, go out and buy this. And I'm not talking about buy it in front of the street. I'm talking about maybe the mom is not able to go far. I remember I used to come to Challenge at like 6.
Wow.
Yes, our house was not so far. It was about 20 minutes away. But my mom would give me money and then she will give me a list. She will wrap the money inside the list and tell me to give it to the market women that they will help me through. And that when I get to the road, I should just hold people and just say, please help me cross, And I think about it now and I'm like, if you try it, that child is gone. Gone. Never to. In fact, the child will not get to the road.
Sure.
The child will not get to the road. And I remember my brother too
was
in that position where he just strayed, left my daddy's car and just started walking home, when he was about 4. And the stranger saw him and said, where are you coming from? I said, there. And the stranger took him back to my dad.
Wow.
Gone now.
Gone?
Right? Now, if you say some things, they've banned you, say this one, they've bashed you, then, people will want to encourage things you're saying. They want to be a part of it. They want to give their own thoughts. But now everybody's like, I beg go, I beg go, I beg. Actually, after the answers, I'm on. Like, everybody just respect.
Try to play safe.
So, that's it.
Okay, now let's come into the main conversation. Right. I mean, that was just like a preamble, just to get us speaking. Let's talk about what happened May 29. Current administration. Again. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had, given his accent to the bill from the House of Reps and, the Senate.
Right.
And then he said, we are going to revert to the old National Anthem.
Jesus.
Now, reverting to the old, National Anthem, do you feel like is the main, concern of, the government or the administration at this point in time? Should that be the main concern of this administration, considering the fact that TJ has raised, so many concerns and issues, that things that you could do back in the days, you can't do it right now. Right. I mean, the level of security, the level of, standard of living, everything, it's either it has gone from bad to worse, or it's no longer just there. Almost everything has deteriorated, and we're not at that stage that we used to be before. So it feels like everything has gone bad. Right. And then in all of those dealings, the president, featuring the House of Senate and the House of Reps, decided to say the next thing we need to do is to bring back the old National Anthem. Is that the way to go as a country?
You see, the thing actually they vex me. I will not lie to you seriously, because it took 6 hours to pass that bill. Like, come to think, it took 6 hours, I heard, to pass that bill. There is, hey, Nigerians, I have nothing against patriotism, all right? We have countries that, they take their national anthem like, Americans, when they do sports,
when
they sing. But I don't think it's a priority. There is no need for that. If we were on a trajectory of something progressive and we just decided that, let's try and remix this thing just to make us more patriotic. Definitely. It doesn't add anything to the table. It doesn't add anything to the country. Whether you recite it or not, insecurity is still there. Yeah. Unemployment is still there. All right? There are grievous and much more important things to put your energy. Now, come to think of it. Now, the analysis of the national anthem. I love the previous one, not because of the lyrics, you know. I think God Save the Queen by England is very short. When they sing, you be like, you don't finish your national anthem. So it's not in the anthem, it's in the patriotism behind what you're saying. We have a lot of our leaders too that can't even sing the new one or the old one. I saw a video, it was so very, because it's a logistical nightmare. You know, primary schools have to learn it.
Yeah.
Secondary school have to learn it. Hopefully senators and reps have to learn it.
Yeah.
Our government officials. I saw policemen.
On the day it became a law, I mean, not all of them could sing it.
Yes, because you are introducing something that is absolutely unnecessary. I'm like, is that what you should think about? I saw a police post, a police station. They were teaching the policemen like ABCD. You know, when teacher is on the chalkboard, B, they said Nigeria. We. No, it's not we. You know, and it's not funny because it shows where our leaders are, priorities. We don't need a new national anthem. At this present, we might need one, whether it's Afro pop version or hip hop Spanish version or marimba, pampa, Nigeria, whatever it is. But piano. But why would people wake up and say today? Our problem in Nigeria is that our national anthem does not unify us. We want to change it to the one that colonial masters gave us, that were sung by white people, and they say yes, and whole people, grown up people, 6 hours they pass it. But the one for minimum wage, they will fight it. The one, so it just shows where our leadership are, you know, the level of thinking. So for me, it is unnecessary to change that. Will it be needed? Maybe if we're on a trajectory that everybody knows that, we just need something to unify us. When we sing, it doesn't mean we don't have ethnic clashes, religious clashes. So it's not in the words. It's in the mind, the patriotism behind the words that makes them all meaningful. I watch NBA games just as a roundup, you know, a lot of sports and all. These guys, when they sing their national anthem, it's not, you know, when they are singing America, whatever, you know, the way they sing it during games, it's like they can die for that because it's not about the words. They know that words mean something to them, the country and the government. So that is where we should be. Once we mean our government do things, once we are united better as a nation, we can say, okay, we want to do something collective in a song. But now to change the whole thing, you guys are not serious. So I'm serious. I'm serious.
I mean, considering the fact that we have a lot of issues going on, I mean, there's the current minimum wage in contention,
right,
as regards, you know, how much the average Nigerian should earn as you know, at the end of the month, means of salary and all of that. I mean, currently it's at 30 something thousand.
Yeah, they're trying to fight for 60 now.
And no, I mean, they are not even saying 60. The proposal is that they should do 60. I mean, when I saw the statement read, the president has agreed to do something a bit higher than 60,000. I'm like, I would not be surprised if it's 61,000. And finally, no, it came out, and I saw 62. 60 now. Yeah, and I saw 60. So urgent 2K is needed at this point in time. But then, amidst all of this, now the president comes out to defend this, the reversion or the revert to the old national anthem, and says, the old national anthem speaks to our diversity. Now, let's look at Arise O Compatriots. Let's look at that, and let's look at what we have now. Do you think there's any difference, in speaking to diversity? Because I remember that Arise O Compatriots has one nation bound in freedom, peace, and unity.
Peace and unity.
And and then there is this one, Nigeria we hail the brotherhood. I think there's another line that goes.
Though tribes and tongues.
Yeah, Joe tribes and tongues may differ and all of that. So is diversity the bone of contention now? Do you think should that have been the difference?
I would say that, both had the unity part. Right. In fact, it was like the old one. Now we refer to it as the old one. It was like the old one had more consciousness. Like you had more consciousness when you were singing it. It was like you were committing to something,
So
right?
the new one doesn't have.
The new
Oh, sorry,
one.
the old one.
Nah.
So
So the
it's
new one
consistent.
now.
New one, old one. Can you imagine?
Old one, new one.
Oh my God. So this new one that was the old one now has something like, that takes on the Nigeria rather than the Nigerian. I don't know how to push that in. Almost like something
Go
that
deeper,
pushes
Go
mommy.
deeper. Mama,
the
deeper.
narrative of the Nigeria where there's so much brotherhood, there's this, that, but it doesn't make you internalize and say I'm a part of this. So look at the old national anthem where it says where he was talking the second part.
Oh God of creation.
Oh God of
Direct our
creation,
noble cause.
direct our noble cause. It was almost like you were
Involved.
declaring over the nation. That was what it was. It was like your own personal, declaration over the nation. The first stanza was like your commitment to the nation. This other one is almost like we're speaking about Nigeria. I'm involved, but we're speaking about Nigeria. So, and for me, I don't know, man. This just hits me deep. I'm like, what? So when I see people, they say it's just recitation. You just say Nigeria, we hear. They say no, it's song. They say, hey, it's song. So it's so everybody's like, where do we start from? We don't want to read the signboard again. Some people they want to read the signboard. They don't want to study anything. And I'll bring this song. There's just a lot. There's a lot we need to deal with rather than just.
Prince, that's a very, very good angle.
I mean, it's a very good analysis that you have just given, saying that the Arise of Compatriots own speaks to,
Your
declaration
obligation
over
as it-
Nigeria,
yeah,
and then this one that we've reverted to speaks to, you being more self-conscious as a Nigerian, right? And I sort of like feel you on that one. I feel you, but then it's not. I feel like it's still not the way to go as a country, Nigeria, because imagine we going through so many things right now in the country. There's insecurity, like we said, unemployment,
Right.
the minimum wage is still a conversation ongoing. I mean, different out of school children.
Right.
Nigeria still remains one of the most poverty-stricken states in the world. When you look at all of this, put together all of these indices, then you speak to the fact that there are so many things that the leaders are supposed to be focused on. There are so many things they're supposed to be working on.
Yeah.
I mean, look at, the last time we had this cash policy and all of it.
Right.
We know how deep it affected.
All across board.
Yeah, the news right now is that, a certain amount of money was used to even print the coin new notes that we're using and all of that. And that's why Emefiele weary. Sorry. Emefiele.
He splits you.
Emefiele is going through it right now with the current administration. Now, you look at all of this, and then, the president will still come out and say, oh, he understands the pain, he understands the suffering of the country, of Nigerians. And
Prince, sorry, you hit something there, You want people to have minimum wage. There's even a clamor. Why can't leaders, senators, in times of crisis, have minimum wage?
yeah, I mean, reduce
They are not reducing their own lifestyle.
Yeah, they do.
They are still getting, but they are, so why can't we? Because they are the one wasting these things. Why can't they have? So let's.
I mean,
like,
if you look at the budget of the average, Nigerian senator, the allowances that they have. I mean, there have been several, debates on that. These things are necessary for them to, thrive in office. We understand, but then can we get a reduction? I mean, look at the budget of Nigeria as a country. Look at how much has gone into the renovation of the, the vice president's homes.
Yes,
and
homes.
that the one in Lagos, the one in Abuja, and in fact, I think there are rumors of getting new private jets, for the president and the vice president. And there's a conversation ongoing about what a standard, an average Nigerian should earn. Right. I mean, look at 60,000 naira. You are saying 62. How much is a bag of rice right now?
It's around,
say 70, 80.
Yeah.
So you look at that, a family cannot afford a bag of rice.
Tomato if you are giving,
is like 2K, 3K. If someone is earning 62,000 now, They can't afford all of this.
Right.
I mean, look at Pepe. He's showing us Pepe.
Shouldn't not shake the-
The tomatoes are like this.
I mean, Pepe.
You can put it in your nose like this.
I'm telling you, Pepe is really showing us Pepe. And, you know,
Right.
I just facilitate with our, you know, Muslim brothers and sisters who just
okay.
celebrated, you know, their Ileya celebrations and all of that.
Yeah.
Some of them weren't able to, you know, get a ram to, you know, make sure that they have their celebrations and all of that. Considering the high cost of things, and things are gradually, not even gradually, I mean, they are skyrocketing.
Right.
And these are the conversations. These are what we should be talking about
Right.
as a country.
Right.
These are what we're supposed to be looking at. What's the way forward for us to get out of this mess?
Right.
Nigeria happens to be considered as, a developing country.
Right.
You know, since when we've heard that statement that Nigeria is
leaders
going to
are the
I mean-
leaders of tomorrow. Tomorrow. Do you know how old I am? Do you know? Sorry.
Youths are the leaders of tomorrow. Nigeria is a developing country. These are statements that we've heard even right from when we were born.
Right.
And then the question remains, when would Nigeria become a developed country? When would Nigeria become a developed? These are the questions we should be asking. How can we get ourselves out of this mess? We just hope that this administration gets it right.
Yeah.
Well, it's on that note that...
sorry.
Okay, you want to say something?
Yeah, please learn the national anthem. We are Jesus League of Extraordinary. We are not
Well,
against.
we are not saying you should not learn it.
Learn the national anthem. It's
Please learn
important.
it.
Please,
Yes.
it's your patriotic duty.
Mhm.
But not be the thing where they insult us. Okay?
Uh-huh.
But learn them. Thank you very much.
All right. You've heard Jimmy say it. Learn it. And if they ask you to sing it before they can give you money in bank,
Don't wait till that time.
no, which I believe we don't get to that stage. But then we're not saying you shouldn't learn it. Please
Right.
learn it. And but then as citizens also, we
So,
also need to
civic duty.
give our part to the nation.
Right.
Let's learn it at least if we can. The only part I know is Nigeria we AOD.
AOD.
And if that's the only one you know too, go on. You can you can do better. You can do better than Nigeria we hail thee. But anyways, this is how we bring this particular episode to an end.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being a part of this particular episode. We know that
Thank
you watching this, you'll definitely be
And please leave your comments too. All right. Let
Yeah,
us know
so-
what you think. Let us know what you feel. Let us know if you agree or not. All right. So,
All right, do not forget, it's our Jesus League of Extraordinary Minds on
Yeah.
YouTube. Make sure you go on there, like, follow, subscribe, share, drop a comment, drop an observation, and let us know what you think. You could also suggest something to us. We are always available to pick up your observations and comments. Thank you so much on behalf of the crew and the cast
Yes.
and everyone
the
behind
producer,
the scene.
the director,
We are going out.
we are going out.
so that we're gonna learn the new national anthem.
Cheers, guys.